Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. It is Sunday. Today is July the 2nd. We're almost to the 4th, so this would technically be the holiday weekend. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday, great Saturday. Hope everything went well. Hope you made some money. And last night we did the video about Instagram and using some of your social media to make sales. And of course, a lot of the questions that I got immediately was, what if you don't have a big following? Isn't it gonna be kind of not beneficial to share your stuff or try to sell your stuff because you don't have a lot of people that are looking at you? So with that being said, I figured a good follow-up video would be how to build your social media following bigger so that when you're ready, you can list your items or put them out for sale directly to your following and your potential customers, and also share your stores to send them over. Because you guys are right. If you only have 50 people on your Instagram, pretty good chance you're not going to make any sales, and there's a pretty good chance that no one's going to go look at your store. So with that being said, I'm going to give you 10 things you can do to grow your following pretty quickly in most cases, especially here in our reseller community. And these tips will also work for pretty much any industry or any products that you're selling, whether it's direct or private label or thrifted items, whatever it is. This will help you to grow traffic to your Instagram or your Twitter or your Facebook page or a group that you might own, things of that nature. So let's jump over. I think the easiest way is going to be to share my screen and show you some of my posts to explain what I'm talking about when I tell you each thing that you should be doing. So let's do that. Okay, here's my phone. I'm going to open up my Instagram app and you guys can see. You just click over there and you can see everything that I've shared. I have 800 posts, 9,400 followers. I follow 1,200 of you guys. All my links, whatnot, you should be doing. One of the first items that I'm always going to recommend if you're a thrifter or reseller or anything like that is, of course, items that you've sold. If you look at my very first one, there it is. It's a surfboard beach bag that we just sold for $23. I think we paid right around $1 for it. So the first thing, number one, is always cool items that you've sold, things that you've made a good profit on, things of that nature. And I'm going to go ahead and jump over to, I'm going to close my phone out and just show this to you guys on my desktop here because it's just going to be easier. The second one is going to be items that you find while you're out thrifting. Even if you don't actually buy the item, maybe it's overpriced, maybe it's got a stain, something like that. Here's a good example of one right here. This is a Jennifer Lopez Fly Girl circa 99, 1990s, 2000s Fly Girl jacket. I was gonna buy it. It ended up being damaged, but it was still something that was cool, and so I put it out. It got 103 likes. This was 6 days ago. So definitely cool items that you see out. Maybe somebody else has a cool item. Something like that is always a plus to go ahead and take a photo of it. Something unique. Maybe you see it inside of a store, etc., etc. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, which is going to be your sales numbers, which I do post from time to time. I do the What Solds videos on YouTube, so that's kind of a better gauge for me of what sold over the course of the week. But you can always go back and scroll through mine. I can't remember when the last time I posted an actual sales number was. It hasn't been that long, but if you scroll through, I post a lot on Instagram, so it would probably take me a while to find one. But usually just like a screenshot. There you go. There's one right there. That was Sunday, May 14th. You know, did $1,028 that day. So that's a plus. You can do something like that to show your sales numbers if you're doing good. You can post it if you're doing bad as well, just to show people that we have bad weeks as well, which I could do easily right now. Okay, so number 4 is going to be other social media people. In our case, we would do other sellers or other YouTubers. Here's one where I posted a show I did with Luke. When you scroll up, I also posted later a screenshot, and I'll find it for you guys right here in just a second. I just saw it. There it is. That's where we did Thrift Ward with Ryan and Allie. So collabing and doing other posts with other social media people and tagging them, and then in return, they'll do the same for you. And so that will obviously help build a following as well. The next thing we're going to talk about, 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5 is going to be your store and any of your links. Well, I do that up here in the description box, the biography, but I also do it here. Here's a share to my YouTube channel, which will help build that. I share links to my Amazon. I share links to all that kind of stuff, to my Twitter, all those sort of things I share constantly. So make sure you're always sharing. Some people don't like to share their stores, but without sharing your store, you're not going to push people to your store to do sales and build your following. And tips and tricks. So this is kind of things like that you might find while you're, buying and selling, or like maybe you figure out a good way to do your receipts. Like here's not a good way to do receipts, but maybe you find a good way to list an item or do a title, or a good set of keywords like this, or you find a good item that people should be on the lookout for, bolos, all that sort of thing. Here you go. Here's one, like a bolo on Jeep Grand Cherokee. By posting these bolos and these tips and tricks, people will want to follow your social media because they know you're full of information. Especially here's one where people asked how my microphone was set. This is just a quick little, I just took a picture of it, but some people wanted to do their own haul videos or YouTube or whatever. And so there was my setup of my mic. So posting, strategies, tips and tricks, bolos, that sort of thing is definitely going to garner you a following, because people are going to want to keep an eye out for the things that you're posting. Okay, the next thing is going to be your other social media platforms, especially if you have a YouTube channel. Here it is again. The last one was about posting your store and linking into your other, avenues of selling. But this, posting your YouTube, linking your Instagram into Twitter when you do a post is absolutely key, because it shares it across the different platforms. I've showed you guys how to do that. And actually, if you want, I'll show you again. Let me bring up my phone here. There we go. So this is where on Instagram you would just post an item. This is where you type in your caption, and then down below you just click that button. You see how it did it? And I can share it to Twitter. I can share it to Facebook. I don't have a Tumblr, but you can see you could just share it between the platforms. So that's very, very key to share your stuff between multiple platforms, because it will garner you potential followers from all the different platforms. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be personal items. Make sure it's not all about business. Share a little bit about yourself. Now, I'm not saying you got to tell people where you live. I know a lot of people are skeptical about social media. I know people don't like to give away too much information, and that's perfectly fine, but you have to have kind of that personal human connection. Otherwise, people kind of just see you as like straight business. So every once in a while, you'll see I share things that are more, personalized, as opposed to all business all the time. It kind of helps to give a connection through your social media to your followers and your watchers and all that, and hopefully will help garner you a bigger following. And so here's like our meetup. Here's some of the people that I met at the meetup, some of the awesome people. Terry's in that picture. Here's some of me and Chris at work. Here's some at the charity car wash and yard sale that I did with the high school locally. There's Ryan and Allie. Even though this is business, it's kind of still me. It's me in the pictures. It's other people in the pictures. It helps build a connection. The dogs, the wrecking crew, you guys love them, so I put them in pictures. Just some fun stuff here and there. There's a great product. There's that Leave It to Beaver that I didn't buy because it ended up being all scratched and dented, but it was still a cool product, and that's why I posted it. Same with this one down here. So personal stuff. Sometimes it's a good connection point. Okay, the next one, number 9, is mistakes. We all want to see the good stuff. We all want to see, when you make a good profit, good score, things of that nature. But mistakes are also good to post. And the reason that they're good to post is because they will help other people to avoid making those mistakes. And that is going to let people know that you're honest, you're transparent, and that they can rely on you in the event that you make a mistake to help them avoid that same mistake. And so they will want to follow you and keep an eye on you in order to avoid making those mistakes. They want to know. They want to make a list of them. So make sure that you do from time to time post things that were not good purchases. $24.98. That's probably not a good purchase. So mistakes, number 9. And the last one, number 10, is any kind of things that you run into, like problems, like issues, like bad buyers. I don't recommend bashing people, but if you really truly run into an issue or a problem with somebody, post it. If you run into a situation where you don't know the answer, maybe it's something, it's not a bad buyer, but they've asked a question that you don't know how to handle, so you can put that out on social media. Not only will you get help from the people that are following you, somebody that knows the answer, it's also possible that people will start following you and keeping an eye on your account because they want to see when these things come up because they know that you'll share them. Here's a great one I had a little while back. This guy was very nasty in his message, but I went ahead and let everyone know that this guy was no good. Other things like, you know, I don't run into too many situations I can't handle. This was a good one. I asked if this was a good selling Free People item. I really never seen anything like it. I was curious about it, and people said go ahead and buy it, and it turned out to be good. So anything you run into that you may not know the answer to, may not, you know, have a situation that you can't fix, so you just want to put it out and get answers. So that's something to think about. All right, so those are 10 ways that you can hopefully bring in more followers, more of a following on Instagram. Those are the type of posts you should be putting up. And of course, it goes without saying, make sure you're hashtagging all of your posts as much as you possibly can. If you don't know the popular hashtags, you can certainly look at my Instagram. It's at Rockstarflipper, of course, and you'll get a good idea. Just open up any one of my pictures here. I'll show you guys again on my phone. For example, here's one. There's my hashtags that I put in it. eBay, eBay seller, beach bag, Rockstarflipper. I always tag myself, so if you guys search for Rockstarflipper, you can find my tags easy. Goodwill, thrift. The Rockstarflipper tag is not for me so much as it is for you guys to be able to find me. Let's go down. Here's one. Vince Camuto. I tagged it as eBay, eBay seller, Rockstarflipper. I should have tagged it as Vince Camuto. I might have actually did that in the comment section. I did. So you can put it in the caption, or you can comment on your own one. Reseller, it was ugly, Vince Camuto, it was thrifted, a picker. So you guys get the idea of hashtags. So that goes without saying as you're posting those 10 things, to make sure you're hashtagging all of them. So appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much for being here. And make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're still subscribed to my channel. And if you decide to go shopping on eBay today, make sure you use the link to my eBay store below. If you find something you like, let me know. If not, please do the rest of your shopping after clicking that link. It is an affiliate link. It takes you to eBay, and I get credit for anything that you buy from anybody, and I really would appreciate it. Have a wonderful Sunday, guys. I'll see you a little bit later.